Hi, welcome to Renee Holden Marketing, where we talk about lead generation, marketing strategies to help your business grow. I'm Renee, I'm a marketing specialist, and today we're going to be talking about my 3-step webinar plan. So last week we discussed some webinar best practices, and today I'm going to dive a little deeper into the specific steps that I take when I'm planning my webinars. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, stick around and we'll get started. So the first is to have a detailed presentation plan. So this is a template from my website, reneeholden.com. So a plan should consist of understanding who your audience is, as you know, most marketing strategies should. So this template is for doing audience research, and we have kind of the prompts on the left and some examples and descriptions of how you can get this information from your audience. And then also an example of a template for different personas within your audience. So really understanding who will be coming to this webinar, who will you be talking to in this webinar, and what situations are they in, and what problems are you trying to solve for them. So doing your audience research is the first step to having a solid plan. But then you also want to have a plan for engagement. So you want to make sure people are engaging with your webinar. And so I also have this webinar planning template. So this is going to ask a little bit more in-depth questions, and going to require you to do a little bit of research. So making sure you have an attention-grabbing title is part of the logistical part of putting on these webinars. So making sure your title is attention-grabbing now that you've done your audience research. Make sure this webinar is on a date and a time that the majority of your audience can attend. So if your audience is teachers, for example, probably in the middle of the day isn't a great time to host a webinar. Probably later in the evening or maybe even on a weekend would be a better time. Topic and description, and in this description we're going to get to next how to use it in your promotion. What channels is your audience on? So where are you going to promote to them? How are you going to drive engagement on those channels? So that's kind of some of just like the logistical planning side of things. And another big part of webinars is the promotion timeline. So I highly recommend promoting 3 to 4 weeks in advance of your webinar. And this is kind of a more general sales strategy, which is you want to warm up your audience. You should not expect a great reaction from your audience if you tell them, hey, I'm having a webinar tomorrow, can you please attend? That is too fast. It's not enough time for people to plan. And also, a lot of times people need to see things multiple times before they make the decision to attend your event. Okay, so after you have planned your webinar, the next step is to do outreach. So this is incredibly important because it's really the main reason you're having a webinar. So you want to do timely outreach. The closer the time that you're reaching out to the actual event, the warmer the lead will be because they've just sat and listened to you talk or listened to your presentation. That's all fresh in their heads. So making sure you prioritize your leads. You have some kind of like template of a report that can help you prepare for this outreach. So have some context, know what company people are from, and some of the challenges that they might be facing before you reach out. And again, this is just like, general info, but put whatever info is relevant to you in this template. And something great about webinars is you can often customize reports in the template section of the webinars. So you can get these, it depends on what software you're using, but you can often get these really tailored reports to what you are looking for. Okay, so those are some of the steps that I take when I am planning a new webinar. If you're interested in learning more about how to plan an engaging webinar that generates leads for your business, please check out my blog post down below on reneeholden.com and subscribe if you're interested in more. Thanks. Bye.